This administration wants to be very clear about one last point. We will always center American workers in our AI policy. We refuse to view AI as a purely disruptive technology that will inevitably automate away our labor force. We believe, and we will fight for policies that ensure that AI is going to make our workers more productive, and we expect that they will reap the rewards with higher wages, better benefits, and safer and more prosperous communities. From law to medicine, manufacturing, the most immediate applications of AI almost all involve supplementing, not replacing, the work being done by Americans. Now, combined with this administration's worker-first approach to immigration, we believe that a U.S. labor force prepared to use AI to its fullest extent will instead attract the attention of businesses that have offshored some of these roles. To accomplish this, the administration will make sure that America has the best trained workforce in the world. Our schools will teach students how to manage, how to supervise, and how to interact with AI-enabled tools as they become more and more a part of our everyday lives. And as AI creates new jobs and industries, our government, businesses, and labor organizations have an obligation to work together to empower the workers, not just of the United States, but all over the country, all over the world. To that end, for all major AI policy decisions coming from the federal government, the Trump administration will guarantee American workers a seat at the table, and we're very proud of that.
Conversation we're having in Asia, throughout Asia, throughout Europe, and North America. So.
How does the Trump administration, second time around, change all of this? It feels like, they're putting crypto, they're putting AI really at the forefront of their administration.
I hope so. I mean,
I think under Trump, the majority of the training workload for frontier models will remain on U.S. soil.
Absolutely.
And it should. It's very cutting-edge, advanced capabilities U.S. should protect. But having a great model but not deploying it is no good. That's why we need partners from Abu Dhabi to Hong Kong to deploy inferencing infrastructure to serve those models to the global population. So this is why the partnership is so beautifully constructed. And Larry is very focused on investing primarily in the U.S. today to help the hyperscalers to build their next tier of frontier model. And we're much more focused on the global deployment of inferencing fleet of GPUs and infrastructure.
But Peng, from a build
world. So this is a massive undertaking. We have to do this in partnership.
and as I would say, as we sit here in Europe with very high energy costs, there is another idea of having the data centers occupy somewhere within the GCC with the sovereignty of an embassy.
Digital embassy.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it'll be a digital embassy. And so that could be a solution for parts of the world that have high cost energy or countries that have to import energy. So this is, as I'm saying, this represents a lot of geopolitical issues too, and some very large cooperation, which would be a good thing between governments.
So, Larry, let me ask you, are politicians aware of, are they taking this seriously, or is it really up to private companies to come up with the funds, deploy it, and get it done?
I don't think there's a conversation we're not having with any government that is part of the conversation is about what role can their country play within AI. Some of them have power and energy, and some of them don't. Some of them need water, some of them do. So it really depends on each and every country, but it is a conversation we're having in Asia, throughout Asia, throughout Europe, and North America. So.
How
why do you spend this much money? I've got to be honest.
He did something in my face.
for Nigeria's trade policy. It has to do with diversification. A lot of your exports currently are oil and gas, primary resources, but it's a goal of your administration and the previous ones as well to diversify that, to have more manufactured goods, agricultural goods be exported to foreign markets. In 2023, manufactured goods represented, I think, just under 3% of exports. How do you increase that?
So you're right. This is a big priority for us. We're working on investment retention. A lot of the manufacturers have told us what they need in terms of business climate review, and we've been working on that for a number of years, giving them what they need. Also in terms of investment attraction, because we need investment attraction to be able to double up for exports. So it's investments for exports. In terms of priority sectors, agriculture is a big one. We want agribusiness. We want market access into other markets like the EU. And we've invited, just at the end of last year, as you know, we were in France and speaking to the French business community to come and farm in Nigeria and to take those goods, those especially agricultural goods, back into the EU market. They'll also have the opportunity of the African Continental Free Trade Area, which is 1.4 billion people as a market. And so really coming to whether it's in our free trade zones or just coming to manufacture in Nigeria would be welcome. And it will be a good and profitable endeavor for foreign investment.
You also
On the tariffs, is there any room left for Canada and Mexico to make a deal before midnight? And should we expect those Chinese tariffs, the extra 10%, to take effect?
No room left for Mexico or for Canada. No, the tariffs, they're all set. They go into effect tomorrow.
Mr. President, just to follow up on my colleague's question.
And just so you understand, vast amounts of fentanyl have poured into our country from Mexico. And as you know, also from China, where it goes to Mexico and goes to Canada. And China also had an additional 10, so it's 10 plus 10. And it comes in from Canada and it comes in from Mexico. And that's a very important thing to say.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to On Our Politics. It don't happen, Abi, it don't start. Trump is working hard to put an end to the kinetic part of the world, Third World War. That's in grammar they speak. Trump is trying hard to close one aspect of the Third World War, which is the shooting aspect. But in the midst of doing that, he started an economic war. Did he just started it, or continuation of the economic warfare that he started in 2017. And Biden actually, added to that economic warfare, but on a low key. We all understand by now that the two parties in America, how they operate. Why? One is more pro-economic, in-your-face economic strategy, regardless of whatever it's going to cost. Some people say, "Oh, Trump don't change American policy, No. People will not understand the history of America, but that's how America they operate. Trump is just implementing another phase of the world. The experiment, as Americans will say, that the idea of America is an experiment. But the question is that what are they experimenting? They are experimenting an idea which is towards to dominate the planet Earth. My own conclusion. Now, if that is the case, so anytime a president's coming, depends on where the story gets to. It's a story that is being unfolded, right? And implementation has to take place. So what Trump is simply doing is implementing another phase of the world, the experiment. Why? I hear you. So the man done enter another the economic continue the second phase of the economy warfare, right, which is the tariff. And there's also response too from Trudeau, which this is a fight that I will join my Nigerian brothers and sisters to just sit down and learn and watch and enjoy rather than trying to pick a side or just follow the narrative that is on the mainstream media. There are many faces. There are many faces to this the white man kingdom brah. 'Cause this is what it's all about, right? White man, now they know what they fight for, right? Because if I'm bringing coming from it, coming to it from the Nigeria or African perspective, nobody cares. I mean, we are not even in the conversation of the world that we are living today. Not to talk of we should pay attention. But let's enjoy how this battle go. I mean, it's not new. Nothing that is happening now that is new. If you are a student of history or if you are a student of America as an experiment, as an idea like me, you will understand that there's the Dutch Empire went through the same system. They did not survive it, of course. The British took over, and the British went through the same thing, and they not survive. America is going through their own phase now. Are they going to survive? I say yes. I think I'm an American. Even though I know be American, I was born in American colony, right? Any Nigerian that is born after the 60s is pretty much GMO American because it's run the Nigeria from 1960 down to today. It's 100% run by the United States. So I'm a pro in this fight that is going on. Even though I'm not going to pick a side, but do I have a choice? I don't understand Chinese. I can't speak Chinese, so and I don't think I'm too old to be learning a different language at this point. To paraphrase one of my friends, Danjuma, say me, I can't go to Italy anymore, my brother. I say why? He say, I'm too old to learn another language now. And I laugh like a mumu when he said that, and even the manner he said it was funny. So yes, in this case, I believe America will triumph because they've been here before. They've been here. It's not reason they are not JJC. This is pretty much exercise in occurrence. So they are ready as far as I'm concerned. And if you instead of taking Democrat or Republican, Donald Trump or Biden. No. All those are just they're actors, they're clowns in disguise. The America that we have what they call the American planners, right? The American planners. If you go back all the way to the 40s, you come across a man called George F. Cannon, right? There's a common memorandum out there, George F. Cannon memorandum or the F. Cannon or the Long Telegraph, that literally highlight how containment should actually take shape. This was in the 40s, 1945, if I'm not mistaken, between 45 and 49. He was an ambassador to the USSR at that time. So he won the America.com. If you remember, that's what I was trying to tell Shina Dr. Emmanuel that he was wrong in describing that Trump is overseeing the downfall of an empire, just like the USSR. When I say no, it's gotten it all wrong. The America actually decided to sponsor the USSR to stay in that war, actually empower them economically and what have you. And it was at the heat of that moment the man wrote that long telegraph saying, "Come on, these people are not just going to be allied, they're not going to be competitors, they have the tendency of becoming a world hegemony. So instead of trying to keep holding them, there's a need for us to contain them." And that ushered the Cold War, usher in the Cold War. So that is exactly what is taking place now. So when you see China is the target here, right? China is the target. And in order for you to actually focus on dealing with China, there's a need for you to repair the relationship between you and Russia, like it was back in the days. It's not something new. right? Those people that say, "Oh, Trump not Putin, poop." No, 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 no. This is not about that. This is about the common. In order for actually focus or actually make sure that these two are because now three world power there now, whether we like it or not, which is what George Cannon was trying to actually what he foresaw that saying that come Russia is going to be a world power if we don't find a way to contain them. But this is where we are. So instead of allowing these two power to be coming together, Russia and China, in a way that the world has never seen before, it will be too dangerous. Rather, form your diplomatic relationship with Russia back. I mean, they have advanced. There's going to be in the negotiation between, in order for them to repair their relationship back, there's going to be give and take, right? It's not the idea of I trust you, trust me now. The Russia Putin have stated it that, especially if they follow their foreign policy, their foreign minister said it over and over that Americans have given America a chance over and over again. Every time we enter into an agreement, they already breaking the agreement, and that's a fact. So at this point, I don't expect them to go into any agreement because in the name of trust. No, something has to give, and in this case, what we give is the territory that they are currently occupied within the within the Zelensky country again, name itself, Ukraine. Right? That's whether and that's what Trump is. Yeah, the America is trying to say. I mean, hey, this is where we are now. You are not in a position to even determine whether the war should continue or should stop. You don't have the card. It's what paraphrase Trump straight up. You don't have the card. And the whole Europe, forget the everybody they just the form agidi, they are gone. They are gone. But if only we, the third world country, actually understand that these people they don't get power again, because they will come back again and exploit us. Well, did I say they will come back? Fuck it, they're already here. Germany is back in Nigeria. France is all in already, and Britain is have already. I mean, you see, even though they are paperweights, paper tiger, they are chihuahuas, according to Pepe Escobar. But when they come to us, we they see them like giants. That's what I keep saying. When they tell, if you don't take for this plan, for I've been saying it for a few couple of years now. That forget Europe. America be Europe. Without America, they feed them, they support them, they are nothing. And that's where we are now. So all this grandstanding, I give this zone, I just show. We'll see how long they will continue. But again, at this point, I think I will not underestimate it, because you also need to understand that there is a civil war currently going on within the American kingdom, or should I say the White Kingdom, right? The Western world, between the nationalists and the globalists. That's exactly what played out in the Oval Office between Trump and Zelensky. Zelensky is the face, is the poster boy of the globalists, right? And then they empower him, go there and fuck shit up. So when you understand that aspect of it, then you will not go say, okay, maybe Trump is going to win all the way, because those other side of the competition, if you go back to what transpires in Davos, just days after Donald Trump inauguration, you understand the theme of that Davos is what? Find that collaborating in a new way, in an age of artificial intelligence. So they will always find a way to collaborate. So them coming together in Britain a couple of days ago to say, yes, we are going to drop $1.9 billion, blah 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 blah. Yeah, that's them coming together to make sure the issues there. They just want to be part of the what? The bargain, because whether, as I said, whether Trump or not, by wherever waiting they fight, the goal is that what? We now recognize that China has come of age. So whether it negotiates whether it strategize and form alliance and face them and make sure we take them out before the next 5-10 years, I don't know if they're going to happen. We will, yeah. So that's what is important. So they need resources to actually accompany that. That's where the Mexico, Canada, Panama, and the Greenland comes into play. So there's a serious renegotiation, the mapping of the world going on. But where we there into Nigeria, we thought say Nigeria man go they begin shout say Nigeria is back, Nigeria is back. Tinubu is did it. I don't know where now. Nigeria man, where you back come? Where una there? I know they see you now. Now just quiet when I say una. Tinubu, we know nobody. I understand that he has to get re-elected. Our focus just there where the world is really is going serious remapping. Anyway, wanna like, share, and subscribe. Super chat. I know who knows I still get that since. You see the show. I don't think why where anybody super chat me, so I don't even know if I see I will demonetize or not. Nobody I don't need the nobody I don't need the money. I need the bow. Because now where they don't slap China, they don't slap Canada, slap Mexico, slap China tariff. So things go jump up immediately. It's about to get real, but I know say it's I don't think things will be that expensive as the mainstream media or the Democrat controlled media would like to amplify it. Oh, life is going to be expensive. Yes, let's assume that is even true, right? But for how long we should be talking about? Because already, because the long-term goal is to what? Bring jobs back, induce companies back to America. Because in order for you to actually fight China in every front, your manufacturing power have to be on point. Because China now, the China within the blink of our eye, they just as in, I don't even know how to describe the manufacturing power in terms of the way China is doing. So what the Trump administration or the American planner are doing is to do what? Bring companies back. And it's already happening, right? Apple is putting 500 billion as at last month. TMC, biggest semiconductor manufacturer in the world, 100 billion yesterday. So what we are going to see with this tariff against Mexico and Canada is all the car manufacturing company that left Michigan, right? Those who the America knows that Detroit, Michigan used to be the powerhouse when it comes to automobile industry in the world, just that state alone. So, and when they begin shift their manufacturing powers away because they don't get, but they don't want to work again, made the world they feed them. It's always like that. When you get money, you say, I don't want noise around me. I don't want noise. Take that company, can't go your side. Just that's exactly what happened. So that's where Canada and Mexico comes into play. Most of the cars that we drive, if they drive Ford like me, if they drive any American cars pretty much these days, comes in through Canada. It goes back and forth, and that's another thing. That's why they tell you go to the more cars. American-made cars will become too expensive now. But again, Honda is pledging to come back to America full time. Nissan was already the biggest manufacturing factory in terms of Nissan and I won't say Maxima, Infinity and all that. That's the ENIAC, right? That's somewhere between Nashville area in Tennessee. So companies are coming back, and again, that's why again the idea of immigration and deportation, right, is a very interesting case. It's a very interesting one. So the goal is to bring companies back, and they're already here, right? I understand automation and all that is going to play a big role, but guess what? You still need people. Hence, the focus on criminals and what have you. What am I saying? You will need up to $800 to $900 billion to actually carry out the full deportation that Trump is talking about. I'm not saying that is not going to happen. I'm just saying there's a lot going on on the ground, right? Because if the goal of this tariff is to make things hard for American companies out there, because why will I be paying for tariff when I can just easily cross the border and bring my company back? After all, most of these companies that are talking about in Mexico and Canada, all these assembly plants, anyway, that's what they are. Now Americans get out. So they left because of what? Labor. That's quote unquote. So now that we have automation coming into the labor force, because the easiest way to understand American immigration is what? From the lens of producer, employer and employee, who get power pass. Right? Employers at this point are then get power pass, since labor unions have hardly exist in America. So the employer need more cheaper labor to get more money. So hence they connive to let the border open the way they want it. Also, yes, now again, bringing job back, automation is coming back, but how much is it going to be enough? So because there's an urgency now to meet up self-sufficient in terms of manufacturing, because the only way you can go into war at all now, because you defeat on they produce the number of bullets whether they throw away for battleground. Let's to put it in a very narrow understanding, right? If you they throw away 100 bullets for battleground, you make sure say you they produce 2 to 3. If you they shoot 100 bullets a day in the battlefield, making sure you are producing at least 300 every day. But as it is now, America are going to throw away like 100 bullets. Their capacity to reproduce 100 cells a day is in question. Why China, at this point, if China they throw away 100 bullets, their manufacturing power are like 10 times, 20 times of what they are wasting. So you see where the urgency coming from. So today now drones, right? It's no longer bullets. So that's why I went to Nigeria, they shout, recruit what? Recruit what? What place? I feel only maybe see that control like 100 drones. So, but what is the output of that drone? Now China is still ahead in terms of the numbers of how many drones you can produce within an hour, within a day. So that's what the urgency in the things that you are saying within Donald Trump's policy. So more companies will be coming back. So even though maybe price of things will go up in the immediate time, but I don't think that will happen. But we'll see. We'll see. Within the matter of weeks, we will begin to see the effect. But the fact that energy cheap, oil a day, and in every other thing they cheap, I don't see why companies will not run back with all these incentives that is yet to take advantage of. On that thing again, yesterday I was thinking that State of the Union address will take place last night, but I can't know it now today. So in the next couple of hours, Trump will lay down the Trump doctrine. To understand the importance of what Trump today's speech, you need to understand. You have to again see how goes back to James Monroe State of the Union. Then it was a speech. They call it John Congress. Now they call it State of the Union. We have to go listen to his own speech at that time in 1923, where he declared the American system. That all the Western powers should get the fuck out of the Americans. That's in line with what Trump is about to do today. What did they call him? Willow Wilson, World War One. If I bring the League of what? I bring the League of Nations. I've been Roosevelt in 1945 at the end of World War II. So we are likely to hear Trump doctrine in the next couple of hours. So it should be interesting. It should be interesting. I don't expect anything other than we have come. It is our word to take. Anybody ways, I don't expect anything along fuck around and find out. In a nutshell. So it's going to be explosive. It will be a speech to remember. It will be a speech for the ages. It will that speech go lay down what to expect in this economic warfare. Exactly, because it's about containing China, right? You have to get some alliance what going into. There are some not what there are some I need to be just left behind, which is the Europe, the whole continent. America is ready to just walk the fuck away from them and give them 10 years. They go begin fight each other. They go begin carrying gun against themselves. Just give them 10 years. Long as go begin beat them back and forth. Yeah, or they have a choice to dare America and go in with China. If you want to go by Kissinger, it's better for you. It's even more. It's dangerous to be an enemy of America, but it's even more fatal to be an ally. So you fuck around, you find out. It's a gray zone. It's a dangerous time with day. There's nothing like neutral. It's either you are with us or you are against us. So that's what exactly I expect from Trump's speech tonight. To just lay it out there, straight up, point blank. This is it. This is what we want, and this is how we are going to get it. You either come along or you fuck off. If you fuck off, you are not safe. Either way, this is it. That's exactly what I expect for that from that speech we're going to deliver later tonight. So as at couple of hours ago, I know say Zelensky don't tweet say him fuck up on Friday that is ready to sign the new deal now. But we will see. I don't know where Trump don't respond or they have, but they will respond tonight. But it's getting interesting. It's very freaking interesting. George Berlusconi, Zelensky don't bow to America. This one, don't be saying don't bow to America, there, man. Zelensky is gone. And how he go take go now? That's the conversation. That's the say he go resign safely move. Now who go come out or they go do the other one. Either way, this is my faith now be that. Because you Putin don't talk and ever since that he cannot negotiate with an illegitimate government. Yeah, and they set him up before for him. So it's not even in the position to negotiate anymore. He can't because his legacy has already been established. He's a man who could not save his country, could not save his people. That's pretty much that's his legacy. So all them the British people can hug him how they want, whatever. At this point, it's over. It's over with. It's over with. If you go to Louisiana, you hear them say it's over with. It's over for him. So how you go take come out now? Now be in faith. So that's what was just confirmed or established when we go head to head with the Trump. So I understand is now this is the civil. As I said, there's a civil war going on within the powerhouse too. It's an elite, a class war, an ideological war within the nationalists which is Trump is the leader right now across the Europe. Those with the British could understand what it means to be a Brexitans. And the German who just experienced the election will also understand what the China FDA be, how far they've come. The French people will tell you. So there is a real why Zelensky is the poster boy of the globalists. But and that's exactly what you see played out. Because Trump knew this Trump were both of them knew that the deal was not going to be signed on that Friday. In fact, there was a back and forth that took place before Trump said, yeah, I'm gonna shut up, yeah, let's go and face the camera. Let's go. So, well, in a way, if you say it's premeditated, couple of minutes or with an impromptu premeditation before you say yes, because even at the end of that conundrum, Trump said this is the go for TV. But for some kind of reason, people see they shout. But anyway, so they knew that because a couple of weeks before then, the Treasury Secretary was in Kiev to meet with Zelensky. Zelensky slept off through the meeting. He came out and said, okay, I know if we sign, I have to consult, but they will sign it in Munich. In Munich, the Vice President, J.D. Vance, Secretary of State, Rubio, they approached him in Munich. The guy said, no, whatever, he will sign up for Washington, D.C. So they already know that it's not going to happen. So they just set her out before the camera and he overplayed it, as you say. George Ovie, could you imagine if you are Zelensky? Would you imagine how he is feeling now? It's done. It's done. It's just over. It's make him go at least. Now movie star now, so you have a very luxurious mansion for Hollywood by now, or Martha's Vineyard. That's it. It's coming back to his. It's done. Putin don't talk out like last year. Since the tenure don't expire, so he's an illegitimate president. You cannot negotiate with him. And so people will say, "Oh, Trump is playing to Putin." As no, Russia is not the target. China is the target. You cannot fight both of them at the same time. That would be too dangerous. In never way. They complement each other well. So what do? You go back to what it used to be. You repair your relationship with China, with Russia, in order for you to take out the bigger elephant. So people say, "Oh, Trump the capital." No, it's not about Trump. As I said, an American planner. That's how at the stage they have to implement that. So Russia understands it now, so the game could play out. So because they don't trust America again now, they have to start in advance, take part of that resources where America the targets. After all, now they legitimately they will say that they are land before, right? That's what the war is all about. Muzzle them, take where the resources they first, part of the resources where they want, then you tell America, say, well, in order for me to be your friend again, I can't trust you. I don't care what you are telling me right now. In order for me to be your friend again, this sea right here is mine. You have to steal mine. That's it. And Trump don't give a fuck. Is that it? That's all you want? Fuck it. Get it. But now you have to be very, tame down your relationship with that China first. Right? We got you. We got you. So that's what is at play. Anyway, but Europe is backing him seriously and don't understand their play. Europe, see, it's just like saying now, maybe you say the whole Africa they back Zelensky. In this game where we they play, so the only difference in this conversation is in the world that is being redesigned. The African continent and the European continent, they on the same level. Now, just because we know understand, they on the same level. They don't have any leverage. Let them give back. Let's see how far they can sponsor the war before they go begin sending you and every other person come back. Kesiama say, I mean, Kesiama say he wants send troop. They ask her where the troop they. So let's see how long they can go. But again, I don't underestimate them. The only why I know they give them chance because even the Europeans where they back now, now that part of the the elite angle, the globalist, now them they behind the now they say they find a way, as I said, to understand exactly why they see they the way they you have to go back to Davos, right? This Davos, what happened in Davos a couple of days after Trump inauguration. The theme of that Davos was collaboration in a new in an intelligent age. They found a way to collaborate. They will always find a way to get money. They have NGOs and everything all over the way, even though it's that network is also being attacked by with through Elon Musk's DOJ. But never forget. But why I know and why they love them because no matter how those globalists suppose them reach, how far would they betray their own country? In other words, now they just they push them through. As I said, they go now China. So they are trying to colonize Europe again. Because whole Europe now the colony of United States. Anytime when I talk and people will not understand how the world works, they have a conspiracy theories. It's becoming obvious now that their survivor is 100% dependent on what? On America. So what they are doing, they will think that Trump we agree because that was the deal they signed on with Russia with Ukraine. When I mean they, I'm talking about the Biden-led part of the globalists, right? That will secure now. We'll get the one with society. They come with the security. But trust him, man, fuck it, because Putin don't want that. And again, for you to say, well, put this guy is they follow what Putin want. It is not about Putin or Russia per se. It's about China. So it's just that Putin understand the Russia understand their game, so they took a step before them and wait for them to negotiate, just like what Indians are doing, right? India understand that they will come to a point whereby they can say America will be in a position whereby they cannot go all out against what they want, which is when they say we should stop the proliferation of a nuclear weapon. India say, go fuck yourself. Unless you dismantle your own, I will not go to this. I will build mine. How many you feel kill? We are 1.4 billion. Come they kill. We will survive out. But most importantly, we know that if we put our house in order, you will need us in order for you to contain China. So they went into what? Building their institution. It's an IT as at that point. They took advantage of the IT. Pretty much build what they have in America, MIT. There is almost MIT in India. So that's what put them in a position to say, you know what? We can push back a little bit. So that's what the Russians understand. So whether at the end of the day, Russia will get everything they want in this war, which is Zelensky will be gone. The part that we are occupying now has to be ours, and we don't want any security footage. We don't want any military near any close to Ukraine. That will be hard because if America decided to sign the deal, what 350 billion as well, but what trillions of dollars? That I mean, they will need protection. So military will always be on ground, but that will be the bone of contention, which means the only thing that you are going to see is that the war will be frozen. Nobody say the war will stop because business has to take place. So America, that's what the Trump administration that's what the Trump administration is doing. That's America understand that we will be at this point, at this time of they are planning. It's the American plan, as I said. So they will give whatever Russia wants, they want, so that they will establish their relationship again. In order for them to be in a position to say, come on, I don't want you to do this with China. I got you. After all, our energy be the big deal between China and Russia. We got the energy. Don't worry. Right? So what you see is the European nation is going through. They are trying to say, okay, you have to include us too in the conversation. No. Why? What do you get? You don't have anything. You don't. You are not in position to say we want put you for it. No, the technology that will run the world today, you don't have it. You don't even know how they come to be. All the cloud analysts are in America and China. None of this biotechnology, none. Every Europe is out of the competition. That's why I said they are in the same position with the African continent. It's just that we don't know here. We see that it's because we want to be like them. That's why they see them as you say they get, but no, they don't. They don't fit do anything. France, no, they don't fit. You will see what thing will happen to them. So we're at a time, you have to go and study between 19, just the end of First World War, 1920 to 1940s. You just study that era when they came to realize that British is still a power. America is pretty much has come of age to lead, but USSR is still there too. Even when they come together in 1945 to form an agreement that yes, we are the world power now. There's no need to attack each other. There's no need to attack anybody. That's where that League of Nations comes to play. They start building United Nations and they strengthen them and every other view, right? But again, as soon as they come up for that conference, the Yeltsin conference, where they do for Crimea, when Russia they take over now. As soon as they come to that agreement, few months after them, they begin go against the laws, the agreement where they make. Russia, USA will begin advance their economy policy and their ideology, which is communism, towards North Americans and Africa. America say no way. You understand? Hence, they begin to overthrow any government that is what pro USSR. Either they overthrow you or they assassinate you. So we are at that point now. Don't be surprised going forward. You will see these three powers sit down. If they will ever at all, because they go see they show their strength economically, trying to exercise their influence as far as reach they can. So Europe, leave them. They know now they do. That's why Trump tell them, you don't have the card. Trump is not just telling Zelensky, he's telling all of them for Europe. Your motherfuckers don't have the card. Your country is nothing. When I go face Russia, Russia go wipe on out. Yeah, when J.D. Vance tell them, if you are scared of your own electorate, there's nothing America can do for you. Gone are those days where America, the USAID, they help them, they overthrow government across the world just so they have their way. They are not ready to do that again. In order for us to help you in any way, you have to do what we want. In order for us to look the other way around, while you invade Niger, you invade any other country, you have to do what we want. If not, we will not allow you to do that. That's where we are. That now the trap where Europe as a continent enter be that. Gone are the days where they do because they know the American airship or sea ship or whatever ship they is there protecting them behind them. Those days are gone. Shit. All right. Let's see. It's too hot. Mama go where?
Zelensky was in the White House today, as it is expected that they will sign the mineral deal with the United States of America. So he went to the White House in the Oval Office, and he was attacked and disgraced by President Trump and Vice President J.D. Vance in a carefully organized, choreographic display of intention to denigrate the personality of Zelensky. And unfortunately, Zelensky decided to react by arguing and arguing to display what they actually wanted him to do, which is to show ingratitude to the American people. So what they did was to lure him into responding with anger and emotion, and he gave them what they need. And again, after the conversation, Zelensky decided to leave the White House immediately. He left without participating in the lunch that was scheduled by the president in the East Wing, and without even giving any advance notice. He just decided to leave. So this is also a pointer to the next thing that is likely going to happen to Mr. Zelensky. What is likely going to happen is this. Zelensky has now taken a line between Europe and the US. So Europe will have to come to say where they belong. Are they going to continue to give unreserved support to Zelensky, even against the wanton display of ingratitude to the United States? Or they are going to go together with their traditional alliances with the United States by giving up on Zelensky? I think that's the option that Zelensky gave them now. Zelensky gave them an option whereby they either choose him if they truly agree on the fundamental principle of their support against Russia in Ukraine, or they are going together with Donald Trump by giving him up. Now, this is what I assume is going to be. Most of the Europeans are going to take somewhat neutralist position. France and Germany, for instance, UK, Canada, will likely take a neutral position. They are not going to go hard on Zelensky for what he has done to Donald Trump, and they are not going to also go with Donald Trump wholeheartedly by leaving Zelensky. But they will remove their hands in being extreme on the other side, thereby leaving Zelensky to his fate at some certain level. Now, what the outcome of this is likely going to be that President Trump and President Putin are going to work together to create a new leadership that will replace Zelensky. And they will make arrangements to take Zelensky out of the leadership of Ukraine, get someone to take charge of governing Ukraine that is going to honor the mineral deal that the US wants with Ukraine, thereby guaranteeing that Ukraine is not going to join NATO according to Russia's demand. And the Europeans are going to quickly come with the so-called security guarantee to provide a shield between Ukraine and Russia, and that will make them to continue their traditional alliances with the United States of America under the leadership of Donald Trump. So however you want to look at it, Zelensky is now in catch-22 position. He chose to be on his own. We don't know whether the Europeans are going to go with him or Donald Trump. So he's in catch-22 position, and I think we need to watch carefully what is going to happen in the next few weeks. Thank you.
This guy, this is the only Nigerian that I know that understand exactly up to date what is our play. This guy is on point. And this was what that day when the thing happened. And exactly how he said it is even playing out faster than he expected it or he stated. So, and George, I think that this exactly summarize or answer your question better than I could ever. Right? So Europe, I no get choice. They whether Europe or just do exactly what Trump wants. If they want the war to continue, whatever to continue, now them go shoot, now them go provide whatever they needed. But the deal will still be signed, regardless of what. So that's exactly the guy is. I really want to talk to him. If I like, I want to interview him. Anybody will know how to get him. Is he as in he understand? That means you understand. You understand World War One, Two. You understand up to that level. For him to summarize that like that, he know exactly what is happening, what has been happening. Oh, so see, this is what this is coming from Axios. Zelensky expressed regrets for Oval Office spat with Trump. Ukrainian President Zelensky on Tuesday expressed regret for his Oval Office spat with President Trump last week and said he is ready to sign a U.S. mineral deal anytime in any convenient format. It's too late. I don't think it's getting well. I think he got the message. He's not in position. He's not even there's not recognized again or led by the European as the legal president. So he's not in a position to even sign a deal. That's what they want, and that's what's going to happen. Trump official has demanded that Zelensky publicly apologize, express a desire to negotiate for peace, and sign the mineral deal in order to get the U.S.-Ukraine relationship back on track. Zelensky previously said he did not see any reason to apologize after the stony confrontation with Trump and Vice President Vance in the Oval Office last Friday. What they are saying, our meeting in Washington at the White House on Friday did not go the way it was supposed to be. It is regrettable that it happened this way. It is time to make things right. We would like future cooperation and communications to be constructive, Zelensky wrote on X. He retaliated that Ukraine is committed to ending the war and is ready to come to the negotiating table as soon as possible to bring lasting peace closer. Onye na-eme mma, onye na-eme mma zikwala ụzọ. When I dey hear now, make I have one man small. When I go one man and I listen to one man yesterday small, I hear no be one man I go hear. I see, don't tell why I hear rational mind. I was worried, I see where rational mind dey now. I remember the last time when I try educate them about this Russia and Ukraine. The guy was just busy telling me what CNN and SNC. I said, Nick, no, go read books. These things are written already. It's a script that is playing out. They try to make out a style. I said, no. I think Ministable was there. Ministable too, the supporters more. He said, oh, both of us are right. I said, no, there's nothing like both of us are right here. That guy doesn't know what he's talking about. To my surprise, he's still there talking about this same shit again last night. Him and Adewale, I was like, what the heck is going on? These guys are a victim of Democrats and social mainstream media. They don't read. Like, anyway, nobody wants peace more than Ukrainian. That's what Trump said. My team and I stand ready to work under President Trump's strong leadership to get a peaceless deal. President Trump will get what is it called? Nobel Prize on peace. That's the goal for him. He go get out. And he deserves them. After they don't call him all manners of names. That will be interesting to watch. Anyway, we're ready to work fast to end the war, Zelensky added. Zelensky also wrote that Ukrainians really value how much America has done to help Ukraine maintain its sovereignty and independence, and explicitly thanks Trump for providing Ukrainians with Javelin weapon system in his first time. Man, nigga. People wait to say Trump. I say, God, man. Anyway, What to watch? This is from Axio, right? People will understand news, especially they read news. Axio is the place to go. You see what to watch. Part of the part of the first stage of a deal Zelensky proposed moving forward with is release of prisoners by both Russia and Ukraine, a truce in the sky that will freeze missile and long-range drone attacks, and no strikes on energy and other civilian infrastructure. He said the initial deal could also include a truce in the sea. This motherfucker no know say he's not in position to actually even negotiate. Not to talk of say he's gone. He doesn't get it. So then we want to move very fast through all next stage and go work with the US to agree a strong final deal, Zelensky said. On the mineral deal, Zelensky said he sees the agreement as a step forward, as a step towards greater security and solid security guarantee. And I truly hope it will work effectively. Keep hoping, motherfucker. US and Ukraine discuss improved mineral deal after Trump Zelensky rage Zelensky. So let me. This is just happened. What? I mean, uh, when did this one? Oh, this is February 20th. Ah, I don't try to do. Let me go and prepare for State of the Union. Can't miss that shit for anything. That would be the speech of ages, speech of all speeches. Everything is expected in that speech. But most importantly, I think the American goal for 20 going forward, the golden age of America, the roadmap will be laid today, tonight. How it will be achieved will be also be laid out tonight when Trump approaches the Joint Congress, right? When he go State of the Union. So I'm looking forward to it, and depends on how explosive the speech be. If it's too explosive, I will go live and talk about it. But if it's not, if it's something that worth waiting for, we'll wait. That will be the talk of tomorrow. So, ladies and gentlemen, I don't move. See you later.